What you see right behind me is Caile Ferate Romane 395.104. Caile Ferate Romane 395.104 was built by Cross in Linz, Austria in 1890 and is the 2360th steam locomotive built by that factory and is an 062T type steam locomotive and is a 395 class steam locomotive. Also, the locomotive is named Riva, which it was named after Riva in Delgado, Italy, where it was originally placed in service. It is one of three sister steam engines built for the Moriarco Riva del Garda tramway, which is located on the southern edge of the Austrian Empire at Lake Garda, which is now Italy, and during its career on that line, it was originally numbered 2. It worked there until 1915 when the rail line was heavily damaged due to the war. It was then turned over to the K&K Feldbahn from 1918 till 1941 and served on an industrial railway during World War I and was stationed in Stry, Poland in Galizien, which is now Ukraine, until 1939. During the mid-1930s, at the beginning of World War II, the area was taken over by Russia. That year, Germany captured the area and brought the locomotive to Siebenbürgen and then part of Hungary and was renumbered 395.104 and worked the Lomva-Sutic Hungarian State Railways until 1944 when the area fell to Romania. The locomotive finished out the days on the Caile Ferate Romane working on the Alba Louis Zlatna line until retirement in 1968. The locomotive was owned by Placer and Thur of Vienna, Austria till the year 1973. With the help of Union Pacific Railroad and Joseph Thur, president of Placer and Thur, the locomotive was donated to the Omaha Zoo in Omaha, Nebraska for the Omaha Zoo Railroad in 1974. Union Pacific's Omaha shops rebuilt parts of the locomotive to bring it up to the United States operating standards. By 1976, it started operating at the Omaha Zoo Railroad. Primarily, the locomotive hauls more cars than the other steam locomotive on the tracks around the zoo. The overhaul consisted of major running gear work, the installation of American air brake equipment, and conversion from coal to oil firing. The locomotive was then repainted and the missing parts such as the headlights and bell were replaced. It entered service at the zoo that year during the annual Family Night Members Day event and has operated almost every year since then. A major multi-year overhaul took place starting in 1990 and it was taken over to the Midwest Central Railroad shops in Mount Pleasant, Iowa, located on the Midwest Old Thresher grounds there, to be looked at by the Stan Matthews Company for undercarriage work that year. It then had another overhaul happen from 2000 to 2002. During the winter and spring of 2005, the water tanks were replaced and the air tanks, which were added in 1976 and were moved to a concealed location, returning the engine to a more historically correct appearance. Over the years, when it arrived at the zoo, it found itself in many different paint schemes, and the water tanks were painted. It started with a grassy green color with white stripes, Later, it was repainted black all round, likely in 2005. Then it was repainted into a dark green color in 2011. In 2022, during the summertime, it was added with the buffer spring coupling device that it wore back in Europe. It arrived in Omaha with it and was kept in storage in the engine house till then. On Labor Day weekend that year, the locomotive suffered a broken piece on the running gear, which is one of the side rods. It was on the rear driving wheel on the engineer side of the cab. It was soon taken out of service for 10 months and was also restored to its 1950s look, which was the appearance during the locomotive's time on the Romanian state railways. It was repainted with the boiler jacketing being black and the frame being red, and added with the brass bands, and the cab interior being repainted as well. As well as that, the tanks were repainted black. Today, it can be seen here at the Henry Dorley Zoo in Omaha, Nebraska, and operates on the Omaha Zoo Railroad as well.